All right, welcome back to part 3 of the Sears Kenmore 148.1221 zigzag cam repair. All right, so where I left off was I was trying to get out this blue screw here. Well, it wasn't budging. I was doing heat, oil, letting it sit. So then I finally had to order one of these little dental mirrors, right? And then I realized, looking at it from underneath, right, when I looked underneath here, there is a bolt and a nut. So that screw is actually a screw with a nut underneath, and that thing is not going to budge. There's no room for you to get even like an ignition wrench underneath there to get that out. So I asked around and got a little more information from some very helpful folks. And it turns out that I have to remove this black piece here, which is called a spindle, and this spring. And then I have to remove this black bracket here, which is called a zigzag regulator CR, which could be cover, I don't know. And then lastly, of course, the cam. So this whole slider assembly has to come out. So that's where we are right now. So here we go. So I actually had color coded. You can see I have a red area for this screw, a yellow area for this screw, and a green area for this screw, and a white area for this screw. When looking at the parts diagram on Sears Parts Direct, each one of these screws has a different part number. So I'm going to imagine that they're going to be slightly different shapes and different sizes. So just to be on the safe side, label everything just in case. But here we go. So I'm going to take out this piece first. All right, let's try a different size. There we go. And definitely have a magnetic tray nearby so you don't lose any of your screws. Oh, there we go. Now this was taken apart, like I said, about 2 to 3 years ago. So none of these screws should be frozen, which is probably, oh, do I need to take this out? Maybe. All right. Yeah, I think I do. Okay. There we are. Oh, the other thing I did notice, and I don't know if you can actually see this, is let me try to zoom in here. Okay. So when I got this back and I'm looking at this, deep inside here, there's like a rod that's supposed to go through this piece here. Well, it's not. It's underneath there. So I gotta remember to fix that too. All right. So here we go. Let me take this part out, which is the silver screw. All right, so that goes in the center hole, just to remember. I'll leave it in there so I don't forget. All right, and now back to this piece. All right, this should be the last screw I have to remove. And now hopefully this whole cover, ooh, it don't slide out. What do we got? All right, sure, okay. Now this pin I know has to come out. Let me get behind here. this rod is definitely in the way. I don't know if I want to take that one out. So let's see if we can actually get this out without moving that. Nah. All right. Hold on a second. All right, take a little bit of maneuvering, but I had to slide this back all the way, and now it's kind of loose. All right, I don't want to take it out all the way, but it looks like it, oh here, now the spring came out. Okay, the spring is loose. All right, so now I can get this spindle out of here, I think. Oh, that's right, I gotta go through the washer, I think. All right, so way behind here, right, you're gonna see these little tiny plastic washers. All right, so you're gonna line up the one and find the hole, because you gotta loosen a screw back here. I don't know how the hell you're supposed to get that out though. Oof da me. Let me grab my magnet. Ooh, that's magnetized. Okay, good. There we go. That came out. That's behind, and we'll put that in the little tiny cap, so we know what that goes to. So now, hopefully, this whole piece should now slide on out. It's kind of budging. Do I have to take this screw out also? Probably. Yeah, well, no, I don't. There's a little tiny screw in here, but that's just like a washer stopper that prevents the mechanism from going back too far. All right, oh, now this whole piece comes right out. Okay, so just remember, this piece here to the left of the red has to go in this little slot. Okay, we got that. All right, now it's a question of getting this thing out. Oof. All right. How do you slide this all the way out though? That's my question. How did he get this out of here? Now this whole piece should be one. Maybe I gotta get it from underneath here. It's budging a little bit. But this piece, right, this is what's holding it in. All right. Okay, let me see if I can take this arm off, okay? So when you follow this little slider arm to here, there's a little set screw right in here that is holding that pin in. So if I take that out, let's see if I can get that back together. Now if I take that out just enough, hopefully I can pry that up to get this out. You know what? Let me rethink that. I'm going to put that back in there. Okay. Yeah, because this drives the needle bar left and right. All right. And that is definitely, yeah, there's lots of components here. So you have this over here with these 2 set screws, right? Then you have this elbow joint with a set screw, and that elbow joint is connected to your slider bar, but also your needle bar, which allows it to zigzag. All right. Let me ponder. There'll be a part 4.